is our fourth main topic today?
Our fourth main topic comes to us from Jeremy Givens. I read that Neve Campbell isn't coming back to do the next Scream because they offered her an amount that was lower than she felt she was worth or that she would have been offered if she were a man. What do you think of her comments, and do you agree with her?
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in. And you guys will remember, it was a couple of months ago that news came out that, as hard as it is to believe, that Neve Campbell will not come back for the next Scream movie. They approached her, they asked her to be in it. She has been the star of the franchise. I mean, to differing degrees, but she's the face of the Scream franchise. And she said, no, I'm not going to come back to do this one. And there was some speculation that it turned out it was like she felt insulted by what they offered her to come back and do it. Now, this comes to us from the folks over at Variety who wrote the following. She says, I did not feel that what I was being offered equated to the value that I bring to this franchise and have brought this to the franchise and have brought to the franchise for 25 years, Campbell said. And as a woman in this business, I think it's really important for us to be valued and to fight to be valued, Campbell added. I honestly don't believe that if I were a man and had done 5 installments of a huge blockbuster franchise over 25 years, that the number I was offered would be the number that would have been offered to a man. And that again comes to us from Variety. Now, it is, first of all, I think it's great for anybody to go, listen, because we're always saying, if you don't like it, don't do it. And I love the fact that Neve Campbell's like, you know what? No, I don't believe you're offering me what I'm worth to this franchise. And I think if I were a dude, you would be offering me what I'm worth to this franchise. So I'm just not going to do it. And I love that she did that. Now, listen, as far as asking me, do I think it was reasonable for her to do it? I honestly can't give an answer to that question because I don't know what she was offered. Look, the reality is, like, if she was wanting $20 million, and we don't know that she wanted $20 million, I'm just making up a number, okay? If she wanted $20 million, well, look, the reality is that the most recent Scream movie, which to my surprise, I actually quite enjoyed, because I haven't liked any of the Scream movies at all since the original one. Like, I like the original one enough, but I thought all the rest of them have been trash. And then this new one comes out, and I actually really liked it. It only made $140 million worldwide. Not opening weekend, not domestically. It made $140 million total worldwide. So, I mean, if Neve Campbell's coming in and asking for $20 million, even $10 million, that's unreasonable. Like, you're not going to get that money. But at the same time, what did they offer her? Were they offering her $1 million? Were they offering her the same kind of money they offered her when they made the first Scream movie and like nobody really knew what was going on? Like, so in asking me, do I think, who do I say? Well, since I don't know what the numbers are, I can't really say. If she was asking for $10 or $15 million, yeah, that was unreasonable compared to what the franchise is. If they're offering her $1 or $2 million, yeah, that's unreasonable for them. So I don't know. But I do think I can say in principle that, yeah, if you feel you were being undervalued, then walk. And she did. And I think if more people did that, I think people would be happier in their careers and jobs. And I think it might start forcing studios to pay attention. Now, listen, I'm all for studio fiscal responsibility. I am all for studios not overspending on their movies.
Right.
Absolutely. But there's got to be a balance in there. And if they're offering her way lower, and if the numbers come out, and we would go, well, shit, if that was a guy, they would be paying her more. Then that's pretty effed up. I don't know, Rob, you hear about this story. What do you think?
Well, the only power you really have in Hollywood is the power to say no and walk away.
Yes.
Most people are so desperate. Please, sir, may I have another? Everybody wants to work. But like she said, I've been in this franchise for 25 years. I've made a lot of residuals. And if I'm going to come back, you clearly feel enough value in the franchise that you're going to make another one. I am this franchise. Pay me. Like anybody else in Hollywood would expect to get paid what their worth is. And I think it's a mistake in this particular case, if people get paid on a percentage basis in terms of the budget. The budget can only afford what it can afford. And if the budget is a certain amount, you can only pay an actor a certain amount before it cuts into your production costs. And it's not really part of the top sheet. I mean, it really depends. So is the movie getting made for a lot less money? And that's where they're at. And she's like, sorry, I can't be in it. In which case, I totally understand that. I mean, if she's not getting paid, she's not getting paid, and she can say no because she doesn't have to do it. Like she said, 25 years. I don't have to be in. Go make 10 more. But you know what? All she has to do is look over there and go, oh, Jamie Lee Curtis was paid for 3 Halloween movies in the last couple of years, and if you're not treating me like Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm out.
See, and here's the interesting. Now, again, I say this as a non-huge Scream fan, but like I know one of the things is for the trailers for the most recent one is like, I'm Sydney. Like when you got Sydney on it, that gets people. I just wonder how excited are people going to be with Sydney not in it. So I don't know. Guys, we want to take a second and thank the sponsor of this video, Helix Sleep. Guys, let me tell you, just a couple of days ago, Ann and I received our Helix mattress, and it is the best mattress we have ever slept on in our entire lives. We had like this $3,000 specialized mattress that we got like 5-6 years ago, and we liked it very much, but this one completely outdoes it. It's night and day. And you can get matched with your perfect mattress too. See, Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just like a minute to complete, and it matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. Why would you buy a mattress made for somebody else? With Helix, you're getting a mattress that you know will be perfect for the way that you sleep. I hopped online, took the Helix quiz, and Anna and I were matched with the perfect mattress for us. And it is so easy to set up. Simply take it out of the box, get it positioned on your mattress, take off the plastic, and then give it an hour or two to breathe to reach its full size, and you will not believe how comfortable this thing is. All you got to do is go to helixsleep.com/Campea. Take their 60-second sleep quiz, and they'll match you to a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. And it's risk-free. They have a 10-year warranty, and you get to try it out for 100 nights. They'll even pick it up for you if you don't love it, but you will. Helix even has financing options and flexible payment plans, so a great night's sleep is never far away. And here's the best part. Helix is offering up to $200 off of all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners at helixsleep.com/Campea. Aaron, you've heard about this. You've never encountered these types of issues before.
Oh, never. I have always
what
had
do you think about the
equal
story?
pay. Well, I mean, I actually have been in this situation. I was offered a guest lead on a very popular and still running procedural show. And I found out that the man who was playing my husband, who had less work to do, who had less credits than I did and had to audition for his part, unlike being offered like I was not only getting paid more money, but was also getting way more perks than I was. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure I got offered this, and you're okay, but cool. So I've experienced that on a personal level. And I do want to say, though, that I know that on the outside, this looks like a girls versus boys. This is about, this is not a girls versus boys or men versus women conversation. Because if you go back to the Sony leak, when we all found out that Jennifer Lawrence and Amy Adams were given less back-end points than their male counterparts on the
American
movie,
Hustle?
On American Hustle. I won't say her name because she's still a very powerful woman in Hollywood, and God damn it, I wouldn't mind her hiring me even if she pays me less. It was a woman who actually sent the email that said, give the boys 9 back-end points, give the girls 7. So even though at that time, Jennifer Lawrence was an Academy Award winner and Bradley Cooper was not, and Jennifer Lawrence had been the star of the Hunger Games trilogy, and Bradley Cooper had done the Hangover, which is awesome, but not Hunger Games, because they didn't have, and Jennifer Lawrence even said, she goes, the fact that I don't have a penis cost me millions of dollars. And it was broken down, and that was by the actions of a woman. So it's not like it's men that are doing this bad thing to women. It's the way that women in general overall are seen in this industry. We also saw it happen on the reshoots for the movie that Kevin Spacey was cut out of, and they replaced him with all the money in the world.
Yeah.
Where for the reshoots,
It was Michelle Williams.
It was
right?
Michelle
Yeah.
Williams. She went in and she basically did it for like $800 or something, which was the per diem for the day. And Mark Wahlberg got paid $1.5 million for the exact same amount of work. Now, the crazy thing about that is they were with the same agency. So those agents knew. They knew that they were negotiating $1.5 million for Mark Wahlberg, and they knew they were negotiating just per diem and nothing for Michelle Williams.
Correct me if didn't Wahlberg then volunteer to give up part of his
when it all came out.
Yeah.
when it all came out and it was everywhere and it was right in the midst of the Me Too and Time's Up movement, he then did donate that 1.5 million to the Time's Up legal fund, which is a good move on his part. But that being said, these things are still happening. You know, if you look up gender pay disparities on every single level, it is dramatically different. Women on average get paid, 30 to 50 cents per whatever a man gets paid. And then when you add race into it, Black women and Hispanic women and Asian women make less than white women do. So this is something that continues to happen. So I'm not surprised that Neve, I've met Neve several times. She has been active in our union. You're right, Rob. She doesn't need this money. She's currently starring on The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix.
She's really good in that too.
Yeah, she has an active career. And the fact that she's not coming out and saying, this is how much they pay me, she's just bringing light to the problem, not making it about the numbers. And this is not Neve Campbell sitting there with a calculator going, how much am I worth? How much you need to pay me? This is Neve and her agents and her managers and her lawyers, and them working with the studio and knowing exactly how much other people are getting paid for comparable films. Looking at Jamie Lee Curtis, which was an excellent example, and going, well, how much did that movie make? How much did our movie make? So I love the fact that you have people standing up and saying, no, I'm not going to do it. Because when a woman says, okay, I will take that garbage that you're feeding me, the studio goes, great, then we get to feed everybody else garbage. Yeah. So when a woman is brave enough, or when anyone is brave enough to say, hey, this is not okay, and you need to do better, and also ultimately goes to the press and raises awareness about it so that we start having these conversations, that's the only time that things actually get done, is when people are brave enough to step forward and say, hey, this is what's happening, and it's not okay.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you make of this? Are you going to be as interested in the Scream series without Sydney being in there? Do you think it was right for her to walk away at that point? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.